Good afternoon, traders. This is AJ Trader 7 of Awesomecallstrading.com. I want to welcome you to the chat room, and I'm going to do today's recap. Before I begin, I want to take a moment and really just touch bases. We had our Fed minutes just a little bit while ago, and I always teach traders, especially new people that come into the room, they never experienced Fed minutes and they never been through it before. And I have a very nice system how I read the markets and so forth. And without telling you, because I know there's a lot of moderators in here from different chat rooms that are like listening, like how did AJ play the market today, so they can take note. I get it. So without revealing too much, because it is very special for the room, I basically made an analysis that I felt before the Fed minutes even came out. I felt the market would sell off, and I needed a quick confirmation on any pop at the open, any pop at as the minutes were starting. Once I saw the pop, I got confirmation right there we were going to sell off. What I love about the room is you immediately saw some of the great moderators in here call out shorts. I mean, NVIDIA was right on top of the list with Janny. I mean, he just nailed this. I mean, Facebook, we were playing shop to the downside. Some people were buying Amazon puts. I mean, it just, once we saw supply pulling and pulling aggressively, and we started to listening to how the minutes were put out, and there was a tall tale for me when I was watching Boeing and I was watching, I believe it was Apple. I mentioned to the room, when I watch a grind into Fed minutes like I see here, and there's no, and you have to understand the market is up 200-300 points, yet I got a grind going, and that's telling me that investors are a little nervous to be loading up the stock down here, and that gave me a sign that I think we're going to get a solid pull regardless of what. The only way the market's going to rush is if we had no rate hike at all, and in my opinion, and I really stress that to the chat room. And so my idea going in 15 minutes before the minutes even came, and even this morning, was I think the market will sell off. And I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been trading in the chat room for 5. I'm a professional day trader. This is what I do. I actually kind of overanalyze when it comes to Fed minutes. And bottom line is I was correct. And we did play the bounces on these parabolic moves, which were really good. Those that couldn't short. But overall, now my stance is back off. Even if we get a sell-off the rest of the day, I'll nitpick the bottoms and maybe overnight some nice stuff. So that's what I'm looking at, and that's where I'm at. Okay? So I wanted to share that with you all and what I'm looking at and why. All right, so I'm going to go over some of today's plays. We had some really nice ones that played out really good. Adele. I felt the stock would probably hit 425 today based on the ridiculous news. Winnebago, PTE, ALKS, MU, FGEN, TLRY, MLNX, Hershey, FedEx, Tree, and ADSK. But before we begin, I want to give props where they're due, regardless of how good these calls were and how everyone was set up in the room on 12/19. Let's give props out to a great gentleman in the room. His name is btrades23 on Twitter. He was phenomenal. Traders, don't forget, he's talking. You could short the market. Market is collapsing. Netflix, Apple. Traders, I have to stop when I'm doing this because he's saying some negative things currently right now. PSK, one of the great traders in our room, also made a statement that he felt it was actually more aggressive. Market was expecting December and 0 next year. They're keeping 2 for the next year. That's negative for the market. So we're turning around, and the market is pulling on those comments that he's also suggesting. So continue, watch your Amazon puts and so forth. Okay, because again, I'm doing this webinar live at 10 minutes to 12, and the market is really selling off now. We're almost down 200 points, and Netflix is a great candidate for short, as well as Boeing. So I think we're going to have some really nice overnights. So I just got a comment in the chat room that you cannot see, but AJ, thank you for sharing. It helps from a veteran trader to understand the moves. And that's really what we're about, traders. I mean, when you open up a chat room and you're at this caliber of a room, you really have to know the market, how to react to it, and how to read it. And I think that's what we do really, really well. Anyway, getting back to the trade that I felt was just really incredible was Marin. And the great B trades this morning has been on this all morning since $3.75. And I love these market makers on this stock, and he's continuing to walk it up. He first initially wanted 6 on it, but once the flag broke out, now he's walking the stock up to 8. And just to show you how good he was, his 6 missed it by 2 cents, and he was actually 1 cent. And he was actually mad at himself for missing it. And he charted this out. He is a phenomenal trader in small cap, and he just proved it again, as he does almost every day. So Marin turned out to be a really, really a nice trade, and I want to give him credit. And we'll also do, probably no charts tonight unless somebody wants to help me do those. Maybe B trades can put them, or Janny. The next stock was a stock called Adele, and this one I kind of wanted actually just a quick sell-off and then a possible move to 420. It was our #1 pick in the room. And I just want you to see my thought. I figured a stock, even though the news was stupid, Adele's a former runner. I figured we get to 425 and then sell off on the news. And that's really what I was looking for. I wanted it firstly in the morning, but we got a nice pull on it. I had some short sells in here that got it. But once it held the flag, it was a long. And then I wanted 425. It hit 418. So still a decent trade. I want to talk about Shop. This was my stock this morning, and this was an offering trade on a price at $154 a share, and I took this trade 3 days ago, and I actually started in roughly about in the 140s, and by the time I got done adding, I was at like 144. 143. By the time I got started adding, I needed 137.65 to make money on serious money on it. And as you can see, the stock today paid me. I was really, really happy on Shop, and I actually sold. I want to thank Kit Trader in the room. I was so trying to help everyone else. If Kit had not told me that it broke 138, I probably wouldn't even paid attention. But I started selling at 138, and I actually sold the whole position this morning at 139.62, I believe it was. So I made my money. I was down over 3,666. I did tweet that for everyone to see, and I got all my money back, and I still made $1,445 on the P&L on Shop. So wasn't the best entry, but I really believed in the stock. I was also notifying Twitter what I was doing. It wasn't like I was hiding the move or the trade, and I was very, 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 very pleased with it. I'm happy with the end result. But I had the conviction, and that's kind of what I'm about, when I trade stocks. So I got what I wanted, and I didn't overstay my visit. I could have got another point, but hey, come on. I don't need to. The next trade we did is ALKS. Now, this is a really nice trade that I gave out this morning. It was an analyst call for a $26 price target, and so I called for a pop at the open, and I wanted to gap fill it first, as you can tell, because of the analyst. I always like to gap fill first, scale in short, have room to move in, and then I want to fade this. This will be a 2 to 3 day trade that will come all the way down to $26, $27 a share. So it's a swing short, but for the room, they're making money, and that's all that matters. It's really, really nice. Okay, Tony, another great member of the room, just made a comment, so I want to share with the room. Tony is an annual client in our room, and he just wrote, I've learned so much in the short time I've been here that I can honestly say I've changed my mindset and no longer fear the market, and now look at every move as an opportunity. Now I just have to stay disciplined and focus on the setups I see to start making profits. Traders, round of applause to Tony for just even taking the time to write that. The market is accelerating to the downside, so all the short sellers are making money. NVIDIA, Netflix, ADSK, ABMD, Tree, Shop, all of them. Everything, and this is what we told everyone. As he talks, he typically will tank the market. This is what we want, traders. So as I'm talking, traders are actually shorting the market as we speak, and it's doing very, very well. Congratulations to a lot of you in here. Make sure you post on Twitter. Jenny's going to probably post this. Jenny's shorting the video. It's just knocking this out of the park here. I mean, congratulations, boss. And he notified the room he was doing that. So, all right. The next stock that we are going to talk about is, well, we had so many. I'm going to go to FGEN. Now, FGEN got actually a reiterate on an analyst, but the reiterate was a $71 price target, and I like the analysts at this institution, so I felt the stock would have a nice move, but before it made a move, the stock had to come down at the open. So I thank you, Tony, and I hope you do tweet any of that. That's very, very kind of you. Tony just said I sincerely thank you. One of my traders just mentioned ABMD. Hold on. Okay, 296. Okay, well, let the market sell it off. So I'm going to be a buyer at 290 on ABMD. It was up 314, 325 yesterday. So anyway, FGEN. All right, let me know when it's 290, traders, on ABMD. Okay, please, and I'll start building a position. So anyway, getting back to FGEN. Now this one, as you can see, it's selling off, but in the morning, it turned out to be a wonderful play. And I want you to read my notes on this one. I think it'll kind of mind blow you here. And I'll get into Winnebago, but FGEN, I would prefer a pop and a gap fill back to 40.25, and then the stock should run to about 44 today if the market holds up. So I really want you to look at the entry. The stock is gapping up, but I'm looking for 40.25 as the entry. Now, I know you're all standing or sitting down, but this one will make you fall out of your chair. So I want you to chill, and I don't want you to get all crazy because this is just what we do, okay? All right, you ready? So here's the chart. This is the call, and here it is right here. And 40.25 was the entry, and you can see right here, the stock hit 40.26. If you had taken the call in the morning, you would have made over 2.5 points. The stock ended up hitting 43. Market is tanking it down, which is what we want, so it's fine. No problem. But we did play this. If the market hadn't done the Fed minutes, this would have moved up to 44. Now the market's tanking it down to 39.50. The next stock that we did was Winnebago. And this was an earnings play. And I love Winnebago. I have to say, I do love it. It's a really nice stock to trade. And Winnebago was gapping up on earnings, guidance, and a raise in dividend. Dividend was only raised 10 cents, but stock was gapping up. I told everyone in Awesomecalls Trading, one of the greatest chat rooms in the world, that to take Winnebago was our number 3 pick. I like to see a pop towards 23, and then I want you to go long at 25.50 and under, back up to 23. Again, entries, exits, what to look for, and the reason why. If the stock yanks at the open to 20.50 and under, go long. The stock will go back up to 23. Okay, I cannot be more clear on a call. Okay, so again, this is 15 years of day trading. This is what I do. All right, market opens, ding, 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 and as you can see, the stock hit $20.61. And the stock ran all the way to 24. Even if you stayed in the stock only for 30 minutes, you would have made over 2.5 points, I believe. All right, SEMA just let me know Seema's a great trader in the room, and he's thanking me as I'm talking, and hopefully Seema will put a tweet out. All out, 500 shares, ALKS, $31.80 to $30.03. Everyone, round of applause to the great Seema in the room. ALKS, $31.80 entry. He just let the room know. ALKS, $31.80. He waited for the move to go up, scaled in short, and he just covered 500 shares at 30.03. Seema, congratulations. Okay, that's what we do, traders. All right. The next stock on our list was PTE. This was a fun one. Now PTE was gapping up on, actually just kind of gapping up this morning, and the news was kind of wishy-washy, but I felt that the stock could probably, if you could get it at 14, it was 16, and it was very thin up here in pre-market at 15.23. I told everyone in the room, can you just wait for a 14 level to kick in? And if you do, then I think we can go ahead and get you back up to 15, almost $16 a share. Okay? The room is going crazy. Dow was down 400 points. Live trading in the room. Short, short, short. I told you when I started the webinar, we are short the market. Gina bought Amazon puts 98 cents, now $8 a share. Gina, she's going to tweet that. Congratulations to Gina Scalia, an annual member. Look at that, traders. Amazon puts 98 cents. Selling now at $8. Congratulations to Gina. Killed it on that. Really impressive. Now $9 on Amazon puts. Hey, doesn't take much money to make money. Congratulations. Market is tanking hard. We are down 480 points. Go, traders, go. Go, traders, go. Go, traders, go. I'm sorry, we're live? Oh, I apologize. Okay, go back to PTE. All right, so 14. All right, so here's the notes. This is what we're doing. All right, PTE was our number 2 pick. If the stock hits $14, go long. Stock will go back up and bounce. So once it hits, if it pops and shorts to 14 and under, watch the pop, go long, and then short it back to 14. And I want you to see how it played out. This is exactly how we do things. All right, the stock actually came all the way down to, guess what, 14. Then it popped back up, $15.60, and came right back down, and it's gone right back down to 14 again. What a beautiful trade. And this is just on a nothing idea. This is just what we do. Isn't that gorgeous? That's trading. Okay. The next stock that we've got is, where is it? Where is it? All right, so that's PTE. TLRY and MLNX. We have MLNX. This was a really good trade here today. This was a short. For me, this was a short. They had news, I believe a paper out in Israel was quoting that they could be being bought out for Microsoft. Typically, I'd rather have maybe Reuters or Benzinga notify me of that versus a paper I'm not too familiar with. So I felt the stock was a short, and I told everyone to go in there and start scaling in on MLNX. I believe it was right here. I would take short and add to 94 or 95, and then just take it down for an all-day fader. Okay. So that's kind of like what I wanted. And there's the 94, almost $94 a share, and room to 95 to add. And the stock is now $91.50, and it should come down to 90. Okay. And it looks like we're going to have a nice opportunity on shop, traders. And another stock that we did very well was MU. MU. Now, MU I've been watching the stock for a while, and today I think I did a very, very good job calling this one out. I felt MU would probably push at the open to 33 plus and then sell off. I saw 33, I wanted to gap fill, and 33 was my number. And I want you to see that I wrote it down in pre-market that I really wanted 33. MU was our number 5th pick. I would like to see a pop at the open, and not just a pop. I want to see a solid pop to 33 plus. Then you can fade the stock back down to 30 and under. If any reason it pulled to 30 and 29 at the open, you can pop it. But to me, this is a 33 stock, and then you can fade it. Wait for that to come. Okay? Jenny always says in the morning, wait for the trade to develop. So I want you to see it. Here's MU. And as I said, the stock should pop to 33, and then you can start scaling in short. So if you followed the rules of the room, the stock ran all the way to 33, 33.50, and now coming all the way back down to 31.60. Okay, you're in a professional day trading room. So when you get comments like, how is it that you nail always the top? How is it you always nail the bottom? How is it? How is it? How is it? I mean, do you even chart this? It's like, I got a tweet yesterday, somebody going, how do you know always the top and the bottom? I saw the tweet and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you watching my webinars? This is all called out before the market even opens. I mean, this is just what we do. I mean, look at Alex right here. Just killed it right there. 700 shares on ALKS. You know, and you know, I got a comment from a client, potential client that wants to come in here, and his comment yesterday was, and it actually kind of caught me off guard because it was like, well, obviously you're not in our room. He said, you're the only trader on Twitter that gets the bottom and the top. Do you screenshot up the trades? Okay, do I not only screenshot them? Okay, I don't trade every trade I have, or you know, I don't trade every stock that I'm giving out because I have tons of traders in the room and everyone has what they want. But each call was written down in writing before the market even opened. Each idea was given down. Each entry was given down. So to ask me, do I have a chart? All you have to do is chart it yourself. If you took the trade and you followed my ins and outs per my pre-market notes, you answered your own question. You could chart your own trade. So, and the notes are written every morning in pre-market before the market even opens in front of everyone. Okay, and then I want to give one last trade before I close out for today. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. RCII. Now, yesterday I made a comment in chat that the stock would rebound back. That this sell-off on RCII to me would be bought back, and the reason is because whenever talks fail down as a merger, chances are the board will re-elect to go back in there and get people back on track. And I told everyone in the room, this is just, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry. Don't stress. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. And I was correct. And I told everyone yesterday in chat, start buying the stock at 12. Well, this is where it closed on yesterday, the day before, at 14.45. It fell, collapsed down to 12. And from that collapse, it went right back up to 14.85. You could have just swung this trade and made money. So really, really well played out. Nicely done. Okay. So that is basically a $2.85 trade. I was really impressed with that one. All right, and that is today's webinar. So you got a mixture of how we trade stocks during Fed minutes. Lots of guidance is given. We really want to help people. And I want to congratulations again to Gina Scalia, an annual subscriber to the room, just killing it on Amazon puts. We do a lot of option trading in here, traders, and We got a lot of great professionals in here. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining us, and let me stop the recording. And thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. AwesomeCallsTrading.com.